Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to today's GST class. So in the previous class we started with the ITC and we have solved with a few problems. Now let us continue with the same concept, that is input tax credit. And today's class we will be checking out with a different concept. When you go for calculating ITC, if the input is used, it is of a capital goods. As I have already told, the inputs whatever we use or whatever we take, it can be capital goods used with taxable or non-taxable. Now input to capital goods agidre adu capital goods taxable agidya ilva ant heli ನಾವು ನೋಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ತರದ ಒಂದು particular problem ಇವತ್ತು ನೋಡೋಣ. And you have to be very clear, if it is taxable goods, capital goods, if it is taxable goods, I have already told this formula has to be applied. Cost of capital goods into rate of tax into divided by 60. Is 60 ಅನ್ನೋದು already I have told. ಅಂದ್ರೆ life of the capital goods we assume as the 5 years. ಆ 5 years ನ installment ಅಲ್ಲಿ divide ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 5 years divide ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 60 installments ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Okay? And non-taxable goods ಗೆ cost of capital goods into rate tax, that is same tax rate divided by 100 into tax turnover or actual turnover divided by total turnover. So you have to be very clear whether the taxable good, that is capital goods, are taxable in nature or not. So now let us see one simple problem. Same interhead set of ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೋ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Homework problems ಬರೀ ಕೆಲವರು ಮಾತ್ರ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ. I want everyone to solve the homework problems without fail. Now let us check with the other problems. From the following particulars, compute the net GST availability for the month and GST credit carried forward if any. ಅದೇ ITC credit forward ಏನಾದ್ರು ಇದೆಯಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. And input of supplies purchased during the month from cess in Bangalore, which is including BCD but excluding GST. It is very clearly given. Inputs ನಾವು ಏನು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಯಾವ month ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿ during the month from cess. I want you all to be clear with this. When it is from cess, it means you have to consider it as the interstate and where you go for calculating IGST irrespective of your place of purchase. And it is already BCD, it is a mandatory basic custom duty ಇವತ್ತು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಅದು ಅವ್ರು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡೆಡ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಅಂಡ್ ಏನು ಇನ್ನೊಂದೇನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ GST, ಅಂದರೆ GST ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅವರೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬೈ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ GST ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಹಾಕಿ ನಾವು GST ಹೊರಗಡೆ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದ ಮಂತ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಚೆನ್ನೈ rupees 10 lakhs. Here we have purchased the goods and those, that is capital goods, during the month from Chennai. Chennai ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ interstate ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, IGST ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. And here it is not been given. Capital goods taxable ಅಥವಾ non taxable, they have not mentioned anything. If they have not mentioned, we assume it is taxable in nature. Please be very clear. If they have not mentioned anything, we assume that the capital goods are taxable in nature ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. Okay? ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಬಲ್ ಇನ್ ನೇಚರು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ? ಈ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಮೇಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದ ಮಂತ್ 10 lakhs. ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಟು ಅದರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್. ಅಗೇನ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಟೂ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಓವರ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಒಂದು ವಿತ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್, ಒಂದು ಅದರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್. ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಸಿ ಹೌ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಡನ್. And GST rate on purchase of inputs of capital goods and sales is 12%. Very clearly they have given for both purchase and sales the GST rate is 12%. And the solution we should get 24,000. Now let us go for calculating the GST payable. As I have already told, first you need to take the sales, take the total sales and go for taking the total purchases. When you go for deducting sales from purchases, whatever we get, that will be the tax liability which we need to pay. If you have any surplus, you go for setting it off to the other which you need to pay. Okay? Now first take the sales. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಸೇಲ್ಸ್. ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಮೇಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದ ಮಂತ್ 10 lakhs ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 10 lakhs ವಿತ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 12 lakhs ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ರೇಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ 6 each ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. When it comes with the 6 each, it comes with the 60,000. 60,000 for CGST and SGST. Sales made within the state during the month 10 lakhs and into 6% each, 60,000 for CGST and 60,000 for SGST. And sales made to other state during the month on the interstate where IGST is applicable. So 1 lakh into 12%, you will be getting 12,000. Okay? So only two transactions we have. So take the total sales of it. When you take the total sales, CGST you will be getting 60,000, SGST 60,000, IGST you will be getting 12,000. Only 2 transactions. Still, if it is any transactions are there, you need to add up over there. And next we have to go for taking the input tax eligible, that is the purchases. Again we have 2 purchases over here. Now let us see what are the purchases. Input purchased from CES in Bangalore, that is 1 lakh, and the tax rate is 6%, that is 12%. Now we'll in yeah, 6% we have taken. Actually it is 12%. See here it is 12%, it has to be. Okay. So input purchased from CES is in Bangalore. CES and takshane Bangalore agli horgade agli yavade agli CES andrene ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ interstate ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡು IGST ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Okay. So here it is 12%. 1 lakh into 12%, we have taken IGST 12,000. And next, here make it as 12. Okay, again it is coming because an undo ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು, it is coming as, but yeah, I want you all to take it here it as the 12%. Please be very clear. Blind copy ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡವರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. Without knowing, some people know, without looking at the concept, they go for blindly copying the problem. But here it has to be 12%. Again I am telling, it is 1 lakh into 12%. And capital goods purchased from Chennai. Capital goods ಅಂದ್ರೆ Chennai ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ IGST ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ದಿರ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಬಲ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತೀವಿ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟು ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ರೇಟ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ 60, ದ ಲೈಫ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. So 10 lakhs into 12% divided by 60, you will be getting 2,000. And as we are purchasing from Chennai, we have calculated IGST. And we don't have any other purchases. See, please be very clear. Okay, now taxable andre ee formula ಹಾಕಬೇಕು, non taxable andre ಬೇರೆ formula. Actual capital taxable ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾತ್ರ ತಗೋಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. That we'll do it in later classes. So capital goods purchased from Chennai, as capital goods are taxable in nature, we have applied this formula, that is cost of capital goods into tax rate divided by 60. That is the life of the capital goods is 5 years and we have taken into installment and we have taken into 60 installments there. And amount we will be getting 2,000. Why we have taken into IGST? Because we have purchased from Chennai. Now take the total purchases. Total purchases, you will be getting 14,000 of IGST. You don't have any other CGST and SGST. Now, we have named the total purchases as B. Now, tax payable you need to calculate. Balance tax payable. How do we calculate? A minus B. That is sales minus purchases. You will be getting 60,000, 60,000 and 2,000. That is surplus we have. Here, 14,000 already we have paid at the time of purchase. But now actually we have to pay 12. So we have to pay only 2,000. It is extra with us, surplus with us. No need to pay tax when it comes to the IGST. You need to pay only 60,000, 60,000 with CGST. Okay na? Namma hatra IGST namma electronic credit ledger alli 2,000 extra irutte. Now you have 2,000 surplus with you. Now what we need to do? We need to go for setting it off. Andre ee tax pay ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. CGST 60,000 pay ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, SGST 60,000 pay ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇದು ಪೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಇರೋ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಯು ಗೋ ವಿತ್ ಇಂಟರ್ ಹೆಡ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ IGST ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ CGST. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀ ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ CGST ಅಂತ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇರೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಬರೀ 2,000. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆ 2,000 ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಮೈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್? ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಸರ್ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇರೋ 2,000, ಈ 2,000 ತಗೊಂಡು ಫಸ್ಟ್ CGST ಮಾತ್ರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಬೈ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So with this 2,000, first I set off to CGST. ಇನ್ನ 2,000 ಪೇ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಇನ್ನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಪೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅವರಿಗೆ? Now balance tax payable according to e-credit ledger is 58,000 for CGST, 60,000 for SGST. Getting my point? IGST ಗೆ ಏನು ಪೇ ಮಾಡೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ. Sales you have taken, total sales you got, and from purchases, as we have purchased from CES, we have taken into consideration as interstate transaction, so we have calculated with IGST. And capital goods, as they have not mentioned anything, we assume it as the taxable goods, and we have purchased from Chennai. As we are purchasing from Chennai, we go for calculating IGST. And how you got this 2,000? Cost of capital goods into tax rate divided by 60. That is the life of the capital goods. You got 2,000. Take the total B. A minus B will be getting tax payable. 60 we have to pay to CGST, SGST 60, and surplus we have when it comes to IGST. No need to pay anything. ಇರೋ ಸರ್ಪ್ಲಸ್ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು CGSTಗೆ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ, 2000 ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇರೋ 2000, ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, 58,000 ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. GSTಗೆ 60,000 ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೂ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ವಿತ್ ದಟ್? ಸೊ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಪೇಯಬಲ್ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಈ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಲೆಡ್ಜರ್ ಇಸ್ 58,000 CGST and 60,000 SGST. I think you can see here. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಅ ನೋಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್. The answer here it is given as 24,000. The answer here we are getting different. That is, this answer has to be taken. So 58,000 and 60,000. And you have to leave a note here. As I told you all, leave a note for each and everything. See, tax credit for capital goods allowed in 60 installment as considering its useful life is 5 years and 5 into 12 is 60 years. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು ನೋಟ್ ಬಿಡ್ರಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ when goods purchased from cess, it is considered as interstate transaction irrelevant of place, hence liable for IGST. Even you can write this also, like ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿಬಹುದು, as goods it is not mentioned, we assume the capital goods are taxable in nature ಅಂತಾನು ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನೀವು ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. there is nothing wrong there. Okay, I hope you all are clear with this. Now I will be giving you all another problem. This is for homework. Similar problem I want you all only to calculate. Input of supplies purchased during the month from cess in Bangalore. Cess andre matte IGST ಮಾಡಿ. Here it is very clearly given, including BCD but excluding GST. Similar to previous problem, I think you all can solve it. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ SGST cess ಅಂತ ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ IGST calculate ಮಾಡಿ. That is 3 lakhs into 12%. Tax rate is been given 12%. Next, capital good purchased during the month from Chennai. Capital goods, they are not mentioned anything, so assume it as the taxable in nature. 15 lakhs into 12% divided by 60. Formula haki, ad Chennai agirodinda matte IGST calculate ಮಾಡಿ. Next, sales made within the state, CGST and SGST. 15 lakhs into 6% each. Sales made to other states, 5 lakhs into 12% IGST. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ 12% ಅಂತಾನೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. I want you all to solve this particular problem. And next, let us see another type of problem. Now let us see with the 7th problem. 7th problem, what they have given. Compute GST liability of Mr. Ganesh for the month of August 2019. Purchased from local market includes GST at 28%, 64,000. ಇಲ್ಲಿ GST include ಆಗಿದೆ, so we need to exclude that by applying the formula. Direct cost incurred, cost overhead, goods sold at a margin of 10%, here it is repeated, margin of 10% on the cost of such goods, and GST rate applicable is 12%. See, ಈ ತರ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನಮಗೆ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಎರಡು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So first you need to find out the sales, that is what is this transaction value. ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅವ್ರು ನಮಗೆ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ದಿ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ದಟ್ ದ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ITC. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜನರಲ್ ಆಗಿ GST ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಅಥವಾ ITC ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಹಿಯರ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟೈಪ್, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಗಿವನ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ITC ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಗುಡ್ ಸೋಲ್ಡ್ ಅಟ್ ಅ ಮಾರ್ಜಿನ್ ಆಫ್ 10%. ಓಕೆ, ಫೈನ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಸೇಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ? ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ. So first you need to calculate the cost, on that add the profit, you will be getting the sales. On that sales, again purchases you have to take, and then you have to go for calculating ITC. So it will be like this. First you have to compute the transaction value. So you should get transaction value, sales will be 88. Transaction value, that is purchase from the local market, 64,000 into 100 divided by 128, because there they have given 28% inclusive of GST and heli. So you have to go for excluding it. So you will be getting 50,000. Okay na, 64 direct ಆಗಿ ತಗೋಬೇಡಿ, into 100 divided by 128 ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, 50,000 you will be getting. Now they have given you all some expenses. Go for adding all the expenses. What are the expenses they have given? Direct cost and overheads. How much is the direct cost? 10,000. Overhead is 20,000. So total cost will be your 80,000. And at the same time they have told on cost 10% profit. So profit on at 10% on cost. What is your cost? 80,000. Into 10% you will be getting 8,000. The total sales is your 88,000. ಇಷ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಇವಾಗ ಈ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ನ ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ITC ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Okay, now sales within the state. So what is the sales rate? 88,000. 12% tax rate 6 each tagondo 5,228, 5,228. As they have not mentioned any sales, andre yav type of sales within the state outside ಏನು mention ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ we assume it as the intra-state transaction. So I have taken sales within the state 88,000 into 6% each. Actually 12% tax rate 6% each ತಗೊಂಡು CGST ಮತ್ತೆ SGST ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. So your total sales will be 5,280. That is your total sales. Name it as A. Now go for purchases. See, purchases, they have given purchase from the local market 64,000. But exclusive ಏನಿರುತ್ತೋ ಈ ಅಮೌಂಟೇ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ನಾವು. Exclusive only should be considered. So when it comes with that, exclusive will be 50,000. 50,000 into 14% each. Already 28% ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ 14% ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. 14% each ತಗೊಂಡು we have taken 7,000 for CGST and SGST, and total ಒಂದೇ purchase ಇರೋದು. So take the total purchases. You will be getting 7,000. Now we have to find out the tax payable. Sales 7,28,280. Sorry, extremely sorry. Total sales is 5,280. 5,280. Purchases is 7,000. Already at the time of purchase you have paid 7,000 tax. But now you have to pay 5,280. ಅದನ್ನ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಪೇಯಬಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Tax payable A minus B, when you are getting A minus B, it shows very clearly you have surplus in your electronic credit ledger. When you have surplus, you don't go for clearing to anybody. You no need to pay to anybody. Hence, there will not be any interhead set off. When you wanted to pay only, you go for setting it off. But now, we have surplus in our account. CGST also we have surplus, SGST also we have surplus. So, no need to go for clearing or setting it off. So, excess available in e-credit ledger is 1,720 and 1,720. Hope people are clear with this. Okay. ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. ಒಂದೇ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಒಂದೇ ಪರ್ಚೇಸಸ್ ಇರೋದು. ಟೋಟಲ್ ಎ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ವಿ. ಎ ಮೈನಸ್ ಬಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ surplus over here. We have surplus 1,720 into our account. So no need to go for setting it off. Pay ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ surplus ತಗೊಂಡು set off ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ? See by chance ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ 500 ಅಂತ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಈ surplus ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು 500 ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. But here we have surplus, so no need to pay. Okay? So I want you all to solve the homework problem. With this, I'll be ending today's class. Thank you. Have a nice day.